destroying this planet. Enough is enough!
Since Tuesday, climate action group Extinction Rebellion have been raising hell in Adelaide, protesting as the city hosts a petroleum conference.
We need to continue to ring the alarm bell that it is time to take action on climate.
On Wednesday, 69-year-old Extinction Rebellion member May Thorne suspended herself from the Morford Street Bridge, causing traffic chaos in the morning peak hour. While fellow protesters admired her stunt,
Thank you for the children! Thank you from all the animals!
Others did not.
It's rubbish. I understand peaceful protests and everything, but, you know, it's not the way to go.
Whose hearts and minds are they winning through this sort of action? I don't think many at all.
There's a way to do it to get your message across, and there's a way to do it and piss people off, and these people are doing the second. They've gone off the side of the bridge on ropes, and the ropes are fully extended across Morford Street, so we can't just, as much as we might like to, cut the ropes and let them drop.
Then yesterday, a further 4 protesters were arrested after allegedly throwing paint on the SA headquarters of climate culprits Santos.
Back off. It's hurting on my left wrist, is too tight. Can you please loosen it a little bit?
Reacting swiftly, the Malinauskas government tabled strict new laws, allowing for a maximum 3 months jail and fines of up to $50,000 for protesters who cause community chaos and pose a risk to public safety. That's $50,000, up from the current amount of $750.
By increasing these penalties, courts will have more options available to them.
Been a lot of pain. You just squeezed it.
The proposed laws will likely pass in a fortnight's time, but they've already drawn scorn from human rights groups like Amnesty International.
We are sounding the alarm. The scope of the legislation and the enormity of a $50,000 fine will have a chilling effect on the right of citizens to peacefully protest and on South Australia's democracy.
We find these new measures deeply alarming. So this idea was raised on Talkback Radio yesterday morning, and then by lunchtime the Premier had introduced these laws into the South Australian lower house. There was only 20 minutes of debate before they were passed, so they were absolutely rammed through.
The SA government's aggressive move echoing anti-protest measures taken by other states in recent years.
We've seen it in New South Wales, in Victoria, in Tasmania, and really governments are missing the point. Protests can be disruptive, it can be annoying, but that's how we achieve social change in a democratic society. South Australia was actually the first place in the world to let women run for parliament, the second place to let them vote. That was achieved through mass protests, through disruption. So if those women were on the streets today, they would now be fined $50,000 or sent to prison for 3 months. It's outrageous, and it's a terrible stain on a state that has a proud history of protest.
So will it spell the end for hardcore climate activists?
Extinction Rebellion will continue to have a presence everywhere where we think we can make a difference.
Santos and the climate criminals!
I've got to say, I am with Amnesty International on this. I think that protests should happen within the law, but the laws exist. And if the government jumps in and changes the law every time they don't like what the narrative is that the people are bringing to the streets, we're in trouble, because a democracy is built on our right to peacefully assemble, to peacefully protest, to have our say, and to have our say as loudly as we want to say within the existing laws. So I have a problem with laws being changed willy-nilly just to deal with something that's happened on the street this morning.
It's such a huge jump, right? Like the existing fine, $750, to put that up to $50,000. I mean, I'm not great at maths, but that is just a gigantic leap.
Yeah, it's part of the cost of living crisis, Like, I can't afford to go protesting now. It's all going up.
I do feel, though, as well, when it comes to protests, because this law as well, these law changes are affecting all protests, not just climate protests. It's just that the climate protests are the ones that are front of mind right now, right?
Yep.
But I do feel that when it comes to Extinction Rebellion and these kind of protests, that a lot of the people that they're trying to change their minds, sometimes it doesn't work, because I think lots of people, the majority of people are probably sympathetic to their causes, but when they do these extreme things, it's the people that they need to change their minds of that isn't going to work.